Right, we end on a very big note here. We are back to the Silver Goblets and Nickalls Challenge Cup, the open event for coxless pairs, and we are away with Thurston and Geffen on the left-hand side, Cook and Inns on the right, and as you can hear, the crowd are saying, go on GB, because this is one of the British pairs here, the second pair for Great Britain behind Fode and Langridge, but there is plenty of pedigree for Ollie Cook and Stuart Inns on the right-hand side of your picture. So the Silver Goblets and Nickalls Challenge Cup is away. We've got William Geffen and Charles Thurston from Keble College, Oxford. Recent juniors in that boat, but you would not expect them to live with Cook and Inns. And what a year these guys have had here. They're right. It just kind of shows you how tough it is. And good on Keble College here for fighting, pushing on hard. They've just come together, Cook and Inns, in this crew. GB squad, both of them. Stuart was in the men's eights through the season. Gold in Varese, silver at the European Championships, both in the eights. It's given way to Stan Leludas, who's returned into this, but the quality is just right up there. Ollie Cook, European bronze medalist, 2014 in the men's eight. Winner of the ladies' plate last year. Quality, both of these athletes.
And fair play to Thurston and Geffen here. They are really giving it a good go, and that's what you've got to do at Henley. You've got to put the opposition under pressure off the start. That is your chance. You start level. What happens after then is up to you. You just never know. The booms can come into play. If you put them under pressure, people might react in a different way to how you would expect, and that is exactly what you've got to do in their position. And I think, particularly off the end of the island there, they were really staying with Cook and Innes.
Continue to, don't they? Look, and they continue to. The great thing here, Tom, as well, is that Cook and Inns, Ollie Cook and Stuart Inns, they're professional athletes, okay? These guys are on the money day in, day out. They're under Jürgen Grobler's tutelage here, chief coach of the men's team. And as a professional athlete, they will take nothing for granted. They'll know that they'll be pushed hard by William Geffen and Charles Thurston from Keble College at Oxford. And those guys, William and Charles, really need to know that give them, go hard, go harder, go as hard as you can for as long as you can, because they won't take it. Cook and Inns won't take anything for granted. Put them under pressure.
They've got to leave nothing behind. They've just got to absolutely go for it, and that is exactly what they're doing. And the experience in that crew, we've got a finalist and a winner in that college crew. So there is pedigree there.
Wonderful shot back down the course here. And remember, these guys are fighting, Ollie Cook and Stuart Inns. They're fighting for their places in the senior team later on for the World Championships. The men's heavyweight team fighting for a place in that. It's very competitive.
Part of an ongoing narrative of the season for them.
Yeah.
One step on the road.
Tight-knit group there at Caversham in the men's squad, but brutal when it comes down to selection and fighting for your own seat. But you can see now the professional athletes of Ollie Cook and Stuart Inns, Leander Club and University of London, through halfway safely by Clearwater now. Continue. Now, again, it's important to say they have not really tapered for this. I was talking to Jürgen Grobler, the chief coach of the whole team. He's responsible for the men's eights here, but he's also will have a look at all the other boats. He will have them training up until, Wednesday. They did their last big piece on the opening day of this regatta. They were at Caversham, 10-15 miles away, which is the base, the national centre of excellence for the squad side. That's where they're hiding away. They were doing big pieces there, so they've come into the regatta still feeling that in their legs, and Jürgen is training through that because he has got a bigger eye also on Lucerne.
It's the bigger picture, isn't it? And you can only taper so many times in a season, and you've got to choose when you do that. And if you've got bigger events coming up in terms of the World Cups and the World Championship later in the year, then you have to keep an eye on the bigger picture, as you say. I'm sure that will do just that. Just starting to control the race now, would you say? They're starting to look back and have a look and see what they need to do to keep this race under control.
The thing for these guys, though, also is that when they know they've got it in the bag, so to speak, it still becomes a training piece. They could paddle in reasonably from here, but they dare not paddle. They've got to keep it moving on, looking for good times here at the markers and about distance. Again, stepping on through to the semi-finals tomorrow. Remember, Fode and Langridge, the top GB coxless pair in this event, they're the race favourites. So at some point there'll be a showdown here. The winner of this race will race Hunter Keeling from South Africa in the semis tomorrow. I say this with all due respect. This is a crew that is on the periphery, and again, say it with respect, because at the moment they're not in the 8, they're not in the 4 and whatnot, but they are on the top of the game. That's how tight. There will be very little between this crew and Fode and Langridge and the guys in the Coxers 4, the guys in the 8. It's so competitive and so tight here, fighting every time for your place.
And it just goes to show the strength and depth in the British system at the moment, doesn't it? It is astoundingly good, which is what we would expect, but a fantastic achievement to have so many good athletes competing.
A mark of respect of these guys, both crews, Keble College, Oxford and Leander and University of London, is that there is still a fair crowd waiting for the last race to come down here. And that's what's brilliant about it, the respect that the crowd have for the athletes, regardless of the standard. And here again, we're getting, where else would you get in the world, a top-class international crew, which is Leander and UL, Cook and Inns, coming alongside a solid club crew, which is what William Geffen and Charles Thurston are at Keble College, Oxford.
And that's the thrill of some of these events, particularly the Goblets is an event where that can and does happen frequently in the earlier rounds, and it's part of the magic of the regatta.
So William Geffen and Charles Thurston also being applauded down. They were members of the 2015 Oxford University boat race winning squad on that occasion. There will be names to watch out for in the future, Geffen and Thurston, but the names to think about today are Cook and Inns, Leander and University of London, safely through to semi-final day, dispatching Keble College as the expectation was, through to semis, through to Saturday, and in the end they can enjoy paddling over. And with that, we have come to the last race of the day. That is it. Back-to-back racing, some fantastically close ones. As we see the confirmation there, silver goblets, Cook and Inns beat Thurston and Geffen.